Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to make changes to our registration route and our login route. Like in the previous video where I showed you, based on the UI, we are going to be implementing Instagram UI. So we are going to make changes to the our routes. Our route previously just accepts only email and password, so we want it to accept both username. So when user is signing up, they should sign up with the username, and when logging in, they can either log in with the username or email, depending on which they want to use. So let's start up. But first thing first, there's something I noticed in yeah. So I need to show you quickly before I correct that. If I hit our register endpoint without the email or password, it goes in and it breaks our app and it throws an error. So you can see it throws an error. So we want to be catching for a scenario like this. We want to make sure the email and password must be passed in, like it's compulsory. They must be passed in. So let's do that. So quick fix around that is if I go to our validation, so I'll say if this is not true, then make it an empty string. So if this is not true, make it an empty string. So yes length is, so I'm going to have to wrap these in curly braces, say curly braces in brackets because of yes length. Yeah. So save and hit our endpoint again. Password must be invalid email address. Password must 8 characters long. Funny. Must be save. So email and password is compulsory field. They must be passed in. If they are not passed in, don't let the user do anything. So signing up, this email already exists in our database. So everything seems to be working fine. I just had to cover that part and show you how, or how to fix such scenarios. And now let's head over to our API. So what we want to do now, we want to accept username from the user also. So username. Yeah. So I'm going to duplicate this, change this to username. Yeah. Assigned. Okay. This is username. So we are going to do check for username, also validation for username. So if a username should only accept underscore, alphabets, full stop, that's dots, and numbers. That's what username should only contain. It shouldn't contain more than that. So I might say username username can only contain, I think it's pretty much long. Let's just say username does not accept. That's still going to be long. I want something short and simple. Let's just say invalid username. Yeah, let's assume. Let's just say invalid username. Although this is not descriptive enough for the user to understand what's actually wrong. So okay, so let's do it. Username must should only contain underscore and dot. Yeah, I think this is descriptive enough. Really contain special these. Let me see. Should only contain these special characters. And we can only username can only contain these special characters. Yeah. So I think this is pretty much descriptive enough. So what I'm going to do at this point, just going to change this to username. So I'm going to use the regex to check for this error. So I'm going to use the regex to do this. So I'm going to copy this regex over here and paste it here. So let me see. Let me create a new variable here. username reg. That's yeah, paste. ESLint, okay, forward slash. Okay. I'm going to say if username, that's username regex dot test dot test. Sorry about the background noise. Dot test. Yeah. So if this is not, if it doesn't match this, if it does not match this, so that's what I'm saying. If the username doesn't match this regex, that's an invalid username. So it should throw us an error. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to test this out. So I'm going to test this out by adding. Let's try without a username. Let's see what happens. Username can only contain, yeah. So let's add username to this. So username. So in our case, I'll say cavd underscore. This is a valid username. So user email already exists. Awesome. So our username validation is working fine. So what I'm going to do next now is head over to our, sorry about the background noise. Going to head over to our controller and mean our model first, because we need to make our model know that we are accepting a new input field, a new field, which is username. So I'll duplicate this. Yeah, so nice. So this should be username. Yeah, and our migration also. This should be username. Username. Yeah, awesome. And okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to drop our database. I'm going to drop our database with Sequelize and migrate again, so that it's good. The database should have this field, this column, this username column. So I'll say Sequelize. So let me quickly show you the command. So to undo migrations, okay, this is it. Sequelize undo migration. So I'm just going to copy this and paste this. Oh, I didn't copy it. Copy, paste. Yeah. So cool. So reverted. So as you can see, create user reverted. So our database dropped successfully. Now I can migrate again. I'll say SQLize db migrate. Yeah, migrated the new data. So what I could now do at this point now, I'm going to sign up. Let me create our controller first. So in our controller, and for our validation, we need to pass in the username. I forgot username. Yeah, and in our controller is, I'm just going to get the username. That's on create username. Yeah, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pass in the username. Yeah. So now, okay, this is longer. So break. Yeah. So now I can now sign up with the new user with the username and successfully signed up. Yeah, successfully signed up. One thing I want to do now is just like the email validation, we want to check in a case scenario where the username already exists. We don't want two users having the same username. So we want to check if the username already exists. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do the check. So in our middleware, yeah, check. So I'm going to check if username already exists. Yeah. So in our case, I'm just going to duplicate this, which is yeah, and I'm going to say check if user name exists. So what I'm going to do, what is this check user? Yeah, I've changed the name, so why is this? Okay, new line. I'm going to get the username, where username. Yeah, and username already exists. Yeah, why am I having this? Let me just leave. This should be username. It's pretty much this message is not needed here. I think I can remove it everywhere. I don't know why I have that there. Yeah. So username already exists. So that's 404 or 400. That's bad request. Yeah. Bad request. Username already exists. So let's try this out. So let me just change this name to username exists so it makes more sense. Username exists. Yeah. Okay. So now in our route, I'm going to bring in the username method. So that's check if username. So I'll say check if username exists. And in our registration, after validation, we want to check for username first before email. Check if username exists. If there exists, run the next middleware, which is new line. Okay. So yeah. So after this, so let's test our route now. I'm pretty we have this username already there. So this username already exists. So it should tell us the username already exists. So yeah, username already exists. Yeah, awesome, cool, nice. So if I change this to something else, let me put a number, and the email should tell me email already exists. Yeah. So awesome. So we've made changes to our registration route by accepting username and by accepting username and doing validations for username. So I'd love to do the I'd love to do for login, do the changes on login in this video, but I don't want this video to be too long. So at this point, I'm going to have to stop this video. In the next video, we're going to do the changes on login, whereby to check the logic behind that is that we're going to check in the input field if the user actually passed in the email or password, email or username. So based on what they are passed in, we'll be able to know which they use, and then we'll log them in if if that username or email exists. So see you in the next video, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any feedback for me, leave it in the comment section below. See you in the next video. Bye.